Hello, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to a special episode on Uneven Asphalt, where we are going to be doing a race recap of my 2024 iRacing's Roar Before the 24. Now, I actually streamed this race live, and I thought everything was good, but then when I shared it, only one friend that I sent the video messaging to sent me this. Now, I sent it to a bunch of people, and they just left me hanging.
Well, why didn't anyone tell me? Now I look like an idiot. Swami, you're fired.
Now, I gotta make this right somehow. There's gotta be something that I could do to fix this, right?
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
So it's lights out and away we go, starting the Roar Before the 24. Now, this race is a... Wait a minute, this view doesn't look right. Where are my buttons? I need to fix this. And there we go. Much better. And look at that. We're already 3 watt in the back. Not even getting to turn 1. And they're all jostling for positions back there. Now, in touring cars, the first 2 laps are going to be the scariest. Because full tires, the right way to set up the car is to have a lot of induced yaw and rotation to the apex, and then throttle management to wash out the oversteer. As we see right behind us, already cars are getting into each other, but Thanos decided he has had enough, doesn't want to see this, and just snaps his fingers and they disappear. Anyways, as I was saying, the cars are very, very loose the first couple laps, so you really want to gently bring them up to racing temperature. As I was saying before, the Roar is a 2-hour, 24-minute endurance race. And what's different about this one from other endurance races is that you could actually solo this. You don't need to run teams of 2 or more drivers. You can actually run this by yourself, which I believe, at least in this lobby, which is third split at the 11 a.m. Eastern time slot, everyone's solo. Now, what's a little bit different from this year, from prior years, is the added of what I call the mean machine, the LMP3 prototypes. Traditionally, this race was only GT4 and touring cars, but they've added the LMP3s to the class list. As we have a nice shot of, as Tingy would call it, cars lying astern, heading into one of the horseshoe corners. And it was an interesting mix and parody. I knew the Audi would be fast because it has the best straight line speed out of all the other cars in touring cars, but Audi's 1 and 3 right now. It's definitely a shake-up because traditionally they've been in the back for the past season or 2. So yep, we got Audi, Honda, Honda, and Honda filling out the top 6. Now, we're going to jump further ahead. Things kind of settle down, and road. I got to run on the Audi in front of me, which is the battle for the lead. So I decided, let's go outside and let's have a go at taking the overall lead. Now, one thing I learned from the other lead-up races is to pitch the car on the inside, but this guy does a really good job of braking and maintaining his speed without any contact, and was able to hold off my attempt to gain the lead. Now, I didn't want to try this too many times because I did not want to be susceptible
to
the cars behind. But as you'll see later on this video, it was definitely a tasty fight. Now, a couple laps later, I didn't get a good run out of the bus stop. The Audi that was behind is looking for a run and has better top speed. Now, the reason why I didn't want to go for turn 1 too many times is that if you mess up, you definitely lose out on a lot of places, especially with the nature of touring cars. We're all tightly bunched. So we see here from the overhead cam, he gets loose on the brakes, just loses it all on his own, and loses 3 positions. Now, I know I said I was going to try it, but if I was certain I could make the move, I was going for it. So here we go, alongside again at the straight. We're going to try this outside overtake once again, so we got a gap behind us. Again, to no avail. The Audi defends beautifully.
LMP2, could you come down a bit, please?
That is not him talking, by the way. That
Got ran
is someone
into 3
in one of
times
the other
on
classes.
that lap.
So, I kind of decided maybe turn 1 wasn't the best option to overtake, so I tried to start looking at other areas. So, he gets a little loose here. I'm right on his bumper heading into the first horseshoe. And I had a plan. I had a plan that I was going to fake out just following him and dive in at the last second right here. And he pinches me up beautifully with no contact that I can carry any speed. And he carries all the speed and gets away. Now, I gotta be careful because as you see right now, I'm under attack from the fellow Hyundai behind me in touring car. Now then, here we are down the backstretch, heading to the bus stop. Things are pretty settled down. I kind of sat behind the leader for a while and decided to tactically start saving fuel to see if maybe I could leapfrog ahead of him in the pits. As we come out of the bus stop heading towards Daytona corners 3 and 4, I had a run again, and I don't know why I kept trying to pass him in turn 1. I guess I felt like it was just a waste of momentum just to let up. So here we go again, trying to stick my hand in the fire once again. See the gap behind us, so pretty safe to make the move. And to no avail, not happening. Beautifully defended by the leader of touring cars. Now, as we get into this next section, we get some company in the form of GT4 cars and LMP3 cars passing us. And let me tell you, the first probably 2 times that they passed us was very, very chaotic, as you're about to see. So, just following the touring car leader, not trying anything. I was actually kind of playing rear gunner to him to defend from cars trying to stick it on the inside, but I overcooked it. You see, 1 GT4 gets by us, 2 GT4s get by us. There should be an LMP3 popping up right there. Dies on the inside. The GT4s dive in on touring cars, and you can see it is just a mess. But as Billy May says, but wait, there's more.
Come on now.
Here we are, round 2, and we got even more chaos about to unfold. So, we stay on the inside as the faster cars should be, using the outside line to safely overtake us. As you see, the leader gets a little bop from one of the LP3s. I tried to follow one of the other LMP3s, but a GT4 literally stuck it on my inside as I was trying to make the move. And we were 3 wide. I almost actually killed myself and the leader, so I thought better of it, bailed out of that corner. And it's very hard to keep the car in its line throughout the kink. And, well, there's an LMP3 living up to its meme reputation and stuck in the middle of the track, causing absolute carnage. Luckily, we get around it nice and safely. The leader goes wide, don't really get a run on him, just trying to maintain my momentum.
I might have to go to urgent care after all.
Let's go.
So here's our friend over here. Actually, this before that. So this is the carnage. The leader touring car gets booped on the side by the LMP3. As you can see, half-hearted lunge, literally squeezed me on the inside. Could have ended very, very badly. But somehow we were able to avoid no harm, no foul. As we move up to our friend here in the mean machine, just overcooks it, locks up the brakes, spins it around. Good for him though, holding on the brakes. He could have very easily kept going and killed us, as well as multiple people. Now, here we are, behind the leader again, just hanging out. I'm literally trying to decide what's the best way to get around him, because defensively he's very, very solid. There's just not a quick way around him. I felt like I was going to need some sort of luck at some point to get by him.
Not very safe to use.
So, heading into the second horseshoe, past the kink on the infield, I see an LP3, and lo and behold, luck has our way, as the P3 locks up the brakes, tells the Audi to exit stage left, and we finally capture the lead in the touring car, as he
Dude, what
is
are you
not
doing?
very happy with the LP3 right now. So let's take a replay of what happens. So, dives in, flashes, just locks up the brake, just goes wide, shoves him off. Torga says, no, I think he deserves a timeout, and literally sends him first class into the shadow realm.
Dude,
of
what are you
tire
doing?
barriers. The guy that I've been battling all race long for the lead in tourer cars is definitely a graduate at the Knights Arrivederci School of GTFO. Now, you're probably thinking, I got the lead. This should be a shoo-in. I should easily pull away from the rest of the field, right? Well, not exactly. The Audi that's been battling for the lead, as I give up the inside to the GT4, for whatever reason, I was faster following him and more consistent hitting my lines than I was in the lead. Ever since I took the lead, I was just making a ton of mistakes. As you can see right here, a big mistake. I clip the grass, take too much of it, spits me out wide. Rather than try to chop him and lose both our momentum, I let him have the lead. I ride the top of the oval to regain myself, pick back up the speed. Let him have the lead back again. But literally later, that same lap, this was a very, very good move. It was probably one of the only few times that turn one worked. It was probably the ideal way. So here we are, outside again, trying to late brake. He dives in way too deep on the brakes. I go for the over-under and regain the lead. So it was a very, very good battle, and luckily for both of us, we didn't lose that much time to the group behind us. We probably only lost maybe like 3/10 out of both of those exchanges. See, the gap's just getting bigger and bigger. So now the Audi, since it can get to top speed quicker than the Hyundai, tries for the outside move. The only bad thing about the Audi though is that it tops out at about 153 miles an hour. So I'm able to maintain the speed, as you see here. Get on the brakes, defend the inside. Beautifully done. We keep first position for now. And we slowly checked away from the rest of the field, which is a good sign. As you see here, he is literally in my trunk. He is so far up my trunk, he probably knows how much fuel I got left. And this happened a couple other times, that he was so far. As he drives for a move on the inside, again, he's literally all over me, like white on rice, and he's very, very unstable. Just look how much he moves around under the brakes.
Michael, could you?
As we head towards the oval, nice and steady. I think about, at this point, we're about 7-8 seconds ahead of the group behind us. Now this, he gets me very, very good. So I have tried this move before. Literally just dives in on the inside of the first horseshoe last second. Was able to just bring all the speed he could. And it caught me off so off guard that there was nothing I could do about it. I had to just let him have the position and soldier on and let the fight another day. Now, this is probably the most significant event of this race. So, we're heading towards our pit stop. At least I needed the pit. He's also pitting, so we were about getting the same, probably, fuel mileage. As you see, I close in on the pits. I'm right on his rear bumper, entering the pits, as we are literally next to each other's stall, which don't know how that happens. The two people battling for the lead gets the stall. As you see, this one Audi just whizzing by, mowing down everyone's crew chief and crew members. And you see the Audi behind us taking tires. He is going to live to regret that decision. So here we are, about to head off. I'm thinking I must have saved more than him. I got a shorter fuel stop than him. Look at that. He gets off almost a second sooner than we did. And I'm sitting there puzzled. How could it possibly been in the lead most of this time, seeing that much fuel to be able to gap us like that? We were right behind him, and he saw he was easily 5-6 car lengths ahead of us after the pit cycle. And I was thinking that was probably going to be the race, because by the time we got back up to speed, he was about 1.5, 1.6 seconds up the road. It was going to take a lot to bring it back. And at this point, I had to think, okay, maybe it's not my day to win today, but if I can bring it up from second, considering I never finished this race 3 times I've tried, I'll take it. So, we are starting to fall back, but we have some uninvited guests in the form of GT4 cars, and there's literally 3 of them line astern, battling for position. I'm on the outside, feeling helpless, as there's absolutely nothing I could do. I wasn't really battling for the lead touring car. I just had to keep in touch. And just from this exchange, the lead grew from 1.5 seconds to 2.1, and I was out of the touring car leader slip. The only thing that was keeping me in check right now is using the step of. Now, an interesting dynamic that I found during this race was the GT4 cars weren't really that much quicker down the straights than we were. So we kind of just had to pick our toes, pick which toe we were. So here we are again. We mercifully fell back up to the leader touring car, so let the battle resume. Just hanging out, as you see another mean machine leaping towards us, plotting some ludicrous plan to
You can go. I'll let you back.
hamper our race. I decided to try to stick down the inside while the LMP3, again, the leader touring car pitches our mid-speed apex. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting him, and very, very well done. This guy, literally, I was calling him Sergio Perez during my time battling him. And literally later that lap, here we got another meme machine plotting something ludicrous. I went off,
why
he
did
dies
you
out
do
on
this
the
squirrel?
inside.
I mean, it's fucking
They
clapping.
make contact.
Like, why do you
swing
think
into
it's
his
squirrel
advantage,
safe?
and I guess he wasn't expecting me to make that move. He slams into my door. I had to take avoiding action.
Robert, you just really fucked me, man.
Mercifully, I did not get a slowdown.
Come on,
penalty.
why'd you have to insert yourself into a race like that?
And there's more contact down the road, which I just didn't get the contact here because this has actually happened to me in one of the other races that we hit, and I actually spun on the overboard, but luckily I was able to get it back. So here we are on board my car right now.
Why did
I
you
see
do
the
this squirrel?
P3
I mean, it's fucking clapping you. Like, why do you think
as
it's
I'm
squirrel safe?
have the inside. He just bashes me in. I had to cut the corners, take avoiding action.
Robert, you just really fucked
As
me,
you
man.
can tell, he is not happy right now. But
Come
the
on, why'd
Audi
you have to
with the
insert
superior
yourself
straight
into a
line
race
speed
like
and
that?
steering was able to retake the lead, especially after this little contact that I had to lift. So, we're getting down to crunch time. It's about probably 7 minutes left at this point. I'm trying to move again, trying to finish this, heading from the oval to the infield. And again, we're both refusing to lose at this point. he does the old school F1 box out, and I had no other choice but to concede. Now, this GT4 could easily got in the way of our great battle towards crunch time. But he understood the situation and waited until we got it over. So I just want to tip my hat off to you, sir, number 3 BMW, for being a good sport. Not really battling for anything, just letting us have our race, waiting until the best opportunity to overtake us, and not the next opportunity. So we're getting down to crunch time, and I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to get by this guy? Because really, the only times I've gotten by him was the help of others. I haven't done it. I've done it once on my own merit, but unfortunately, I showed all my cards at this point. He knew the overtakes that I was capable of, and he kind of knew where I was going to attack. Now, this was a bit of a weird exchange. I was expecting him just to stay high. I saw the turret car leader cuts out, so I was going to just tuck back behind him. The BMW comes in front of me. I had no choice but to kind of like to walk. It actually hurts the leader when we're in the bus stop, but unfortunately I was not really able to capitalize as much as I wanted to for 2 reasons. Since, as I mentioned, the GT4s weren't that much faster than the Turingos, on the oval, he was able to get his slip and get to his top speed sooner than me. And secondly, I just didn't get a good look at the bus stop. I kind of just was cautious. Now, I tried something different. I tried bump drafting, but because the Audi's already maxed out, I kind of just looked to his rear wheels and, oh, and there's some more contact. And he gets really out of shape. I also get out of shape. I decided to not take advantage. So here we are. I'm trying to bump draft him, but because he's really at top speed, it's a weird exchange. Gets him a little bit loose. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll dive down the inside turn 1. He shuts the door last second. I had nowhere to go. I had to tap him.
Go ahead, Rob. That was my bad. I won't take advantage.
I mean, hard racing, but I decided to not take advantage. I didn't want to race, so I let him recover and continue on. So here we are, to crunch time. Try again. Trying to pitch him this time. As you see here, I'm almost, but I just can't quite clear him. We get on the brakes at the same time. I get greedy on the gas, and I actually get a black flag. I don't think this is a street, but it is what it is. I was kind of thinking, might be just have to accept second for what it is. Now, remember that crucial pit stop earlier that I mentioned? Well, we're about to find out that was a turning point in this exchange.
Go on the inside, Elias. I'm gonna run out of fuel.
In an absolute shocking turn of events, and literally on us taking the white flag to finish this great battle between us, it came down to fuel.
Let's go, Jay.
I don't know if the Audi has worse fuel mileage than the Hyundai, or if that 1 second he gained in the pits on me was him short fueling by 1 second. But he realized he was going to run out of fuel, decided might as well take something over nothing, lets me by. Just absolutely, honestly, I felt bad for him because he drove a fantastic race and he obviously deserved to win this
Please
race.
let's go this one time,
But
Jamie.
sometimes, as they say, it's better to be lucky
Te pega
than
o
good.
Pedrinho.
And you know what?
Makes
We will vote
sense.
today. So as we're taking the bus stop for one last time, You can see he is nowhere to be found behind us. He's not trying to play possum for one last pass.
Went in.
And here we are, taking the oval for
Cheers,
the
mate.
final time. The Vodafone Primera Elantra will finally take victory at Daytona. Arguably, probably not a great track for me. I'm decent at it. I just can't get the bus stop consistently. But here we are, taking the lead and taking the win. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Again, I did this to make up for the stream that had no volume. And I will catch you all next time.